So Departures was interesting because I never thought I was going to make an album of my own. I went there to teach music, and most of the reason I went there is because I wanted to go to India. I'd always been really fascinated by India, and I was also getting really into Eastern philosophy and spirituality. I was really exploring Buddhism and reading a lot about Hinduism, and those were like really fascinating to me. As Westerners going to India, it's a big difference. And I really did kind of experience a bit of a transformation when I was there in terms of, you know, how I see the world and kind of how I think about life and music. And I came back after 5 months there, and Toronto sort of felt different. I think a big part of it is sort of realizing how vast the human experience is and how vast our mindsets are. So, you know, when you grow up in one place or you are in one environment or whatever, that's just normal and you take it for granted. And then as soon as you go somewhere that's like incredibly different, it's like, wait a second. Are the ways that I view things and the ways that I live right? Yeah. Or are they just relative and subjective? And so I started taking some of these ideas and experiences and putting them into music. Things that I didn't really understand. I wouldn't be able to articulate them with words, but with music it was sort of like expressing. That was my goal in the process. Yeah, it was to connect like all of those changes, but I also wanted to reference some of like the colors and sensations of my experience in India. And while I was in India, I went to a number of concerts there. I took some lessons with a Sufi singer while I was there. This guy named Hamsar Hayat, who comes from this long lineage of Sufi singers. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. Like some of the most powerful, expressive music, yeah. It's very intangible whether someone likes it or not. So, but the record did receive a lot of really nice reviews, some good write-ups. It was recently nominated for a Julian Award, which is a jazz award in Canada. Ultimately, though, I've been trying to come to terms with not making music for other people. I mean, it's important, it needs to be taken into account, but that's like this artist dilemma that I often get caught up in, is like, am I making this for myself and what am I expressing, or am I making this to be received, you know? And it's like, ideally you get a combination of the both. But it's like there's this quote in the Bhagavad Gita, which is like, yeah, you can't be attached to the fruits of your labor. And like a lot of the writing process, I was thinking of that.